November woods. Deer season's closed. Usually by this time of year, the bears is all gone off to their dens. But we had a rain 2 nights ago, or 2 days ago, and then that night we had some snow. And look who come down through here. Track there. Get down to the end of November. I figured these guys would be denned up by now. I haven't seen a bear. I got a deer bait up above us here, half a mile or so. During season, I had a sow and 1 cub come in on the bait there at 2 different times. I figured these ones would long be gone to their dens. Let's track here. Wading through here. That's a pretty good sized bear. Drop a lighter down in the track there so you can see for reference. Yep. Good sized guy. Big old snowshoes on him. Look at that. Compared to the size of that lighter. A few years back there was an outfitter that was that track is 2/3 the size of my boot. My boot's a size 11. A few years back there was an outfitter that was baiting bears on my property. I had a border collie, and she tangled up with one of the bears one night out in the barnyard. The bear wound up tearing her side open, and so I had an outfitter come in, put a couple of bear baits around through my property just to keep the population of bears down a little bit. And he got a number of bears off my property over the course of about 3.5 seasons. But there was one bear kept showing up, and I showed him the tracks different times in the gravel and stuff on the roads here. And he was setting up and kind of hoping that his hunters would get a shot at the bear. The bear, it come to the bait one night. There was a guy there from down in the United States. The guy was, he was an experienced hunter, had bow hunted for bears all over North America. This bear come out on the bait, and it was so big that the guy wouldn't take a shot. In fact, when they went in, the stand that he had the guy up on was about 50, 75 yards off of the road. And when he drove in at just coming dark to pick the hunter up, the hunter wouldn't get down off the stand until the outfitter and another guide come in with lights, and only then would he come down out of the tree. And he told the outfitter, he said, "I don't care where you put me tomorrow night, the rest of my hunt." He said, "I don't want back on that stand." He said, "That bear is so big that there's no way a bow would ever kill it." Now, I don't know. I mean, I've never hunted bears with a bow myself. A lot of people do. But whatever it was about that bear, it spooked him. And I'm not going to say that's the same bear track there. I think the one that that year, I think that was a bigger track than this again. Of course, that track there has been in soft, wet snow, but it hasn't melted enough for the track to oversize the way that tracks will when they get in mud and then the mud dries. That bear has got a pretty substantially good-sized foot on it right there. I don't think I'd want to tackle him with a switch. But anyway, yeah. The old timers used to tell here, now this trail is where that bear is heading, that's heading downriver, heading toward the northeast. And the old timers used to always say when the bears were ready to den, you seen the trails always went downriver. Down a couple of miles downriver from me, there's a settlement, and then beyond that, there's a couple of deep hollows. There's some big caves in those hollows, and the rock ledges, sandstone ledges along the sides of the hollows. And apparently the bears go down there and den up in the wintertime. And that might be where this guy's been headed. But that's a pretty good-sized bear right there. Pretty good-sized bear. Nothing for them to eat now. The berries and roots and everything is gone. The bugs has all gone down into the earth. All the people putting out apples and carrots and salt blocks for the deer, that's over and done with now. So rare to see a bear track this late in the fall here, but I would say that's where this guy is headed. He's going downriver looking for the dens. Guy showed me a picture a few years ago. There was a bear den back in behind these properties here, and the bear den looked for all the world like a beaver lodge. If you've ever seen a beaver lodge or seen pictures of a beaver lodge, the bear den looked like a beaver lodge, about 6 feet high. The bear had piled up enough sticks and leaves and spills from the trees and whatnot that it had actually made, a cross between a beaver den and a teepee. That's what the bear had made in the woods. And there was a little hole at the base, about 2.5 feet across, and they crawled in there. And the inside of the den, there was a bed of leaves, probably 2 feet deep. And that's what the bear had made for a den. But anyway, just something interesting there. I thought you guys would like to see that. Wanted to give you a look at it. So, that's my old wheeler. Looking for some fur tips here for making wreaths, but I'm not having a lot of luck here. So we're moving on to another property. Have a good one.